Speed. Welcome to Speed. Where am I? Stellar. Stellar. I'm here. I'm here. My twin just responded. All right, folks. We may do a little bit something different, though. We may do like a blitz game and still rapid. So it doesn't have to be rapid every single time. It could be something else. Um, Big stuff should be happening. Big stuff. I mean, improvements. I'm just waiting, and I'm just waiting for maybe I could play tournament. Maybe I could play tournament, and things could be interesting, right? All right, we're gonna play. We could start with blitz games because my blitz rating, it's actually behind. It's extremely low. I don't even know what's going on. We may have to play my old stuff, like meaning that like go after everybody. C6, D5. The explanation here is gonna be limited because it splits games, but we'll try. You could take here. It's queen b3, queen b6. So we could take bishop d6. And we could castle e4. We may as well pre-move it. Pre-move. No. Pre-move. Yes. Here. Rook h4 maybe. No. c5. Rook d1 takes. Somebody remove this knight so we could check. Nobody's gonna remove this knight. Probably trade of queens, which is lame. Lame. We're at the lowest rating possible. All right, we could even double pawns. That's fantastic. I mean, this is maybe a draw, but I would rather be white. You think you could win? You think you could win? Hell no. Oh, nice defense move. Nice move. We have 2 minutes in. You guys notice this? Like the game is still fresh. Rook b2. So rook b2 is just taking rook a3. That's how we play this game. This is how you dance. That's how you dance. Dance with me. Dance. He's stuck. I'm actually playing this for a win, though. Believe it or not. We could win. We could win. Alright, he took like 20 years to find this move here. Rook b4. He wants a draw, I know. It should be draw, I think. It is draw. But we're going for the rating. There's no way I could win this. No way I could win this unless I'm playing Mickey Mouse. Even Mickey Mouse could draw that. Pretty sure they could draw that. Wait. Some dynamic play. I mean, f6 is weak as hell. Yeah. He's not gonna allow me to play f4. Check. No draws. What's your step? e3. Oh, wow. What's your step? That's fine, though. Welcome to my world. Welcome aboard. Ha, ha, ha. We won. All right, another blitz game. I have a feeling the momentum has came. It's been years. All right, BD4, Mark Esterman opening. Where's Mark when you need him? Knight f3, bishop c4, and let's dance. This guy is only 2300. Bishop takes. No, there's no taking here. It's just. I'm already like looking at taking on d6. And how? How are you gonna take? How? You had b4? Good news. Good news. I have news for you. The black is better. Oh, here we just take. Nice move, sir. It's all about the speed. You have to know that blitz sometimes comes down to speed. Sometimes comes down to tactics. If you can combine both of them, that's great. That's great. E5. D5, I mean D5. Oh, D5, never mind. So E5. Well, that does change the position, maybe. We have to possibly take. Or knight D5. Takes. Rook C1. We're still down a pawn from the Smith Mora. Smith Mora, be nice. Oh, they'll stick here. I'm not paying attention. I'm not paying attention. He just sticks here. It's all a dream. Do I have bishop takes? Wow. Marvelous. He wants bishop h2. I could believe this being a problem. Bishop h2 anyway. Check. If you want to check, you check. What should I do except play on? This is hanging and this is hanging. It cannot get better than this. Ah. Yeah, that's the only move that he has to do. He trades and plays here. I think simple chess. Simple game. Simple game, but you know, game is still on though. I have a feeling he's a bit too slow. He didn't get to see my stellar moves yet. Extra rook c7. We're gonna dance, man. We're gonna dance. We're gonna dance. What's your step though? Because this is still not easy. And now it's easy, but now it's easy. Yeah, I'm like dancing between the moves. It's incredible. Dance between the moves. It's all a dream. I'm telling you, there's stellar moves. There's still a lot of pawns. A lot of pawns, but there's only one stellar in town. Look at this. We're up a rook out of no goddamn... I mean, it's incredible how he... because of the time. I think it's something to do with the time. I mean, he's... If he had more time, he would easily win. No doubt. No doubt. The pawns are still giving me hassle here. He's finding a best move here. We won! He wants a rematch, that's fine. We are trying to get to 25. So far undefeated. So far undefeated. I'm telling you, it's all about the speed. It should be C4 maybe? Or D4, yeah. Here we just take. Because it's a tactic knight G5 and you lose B7 here. Alright, he's gonna take a knight G5. Yes. But it's opposite call bishops, you know. One of the boring ending games you would ever see in chess. Oh, this was hanging. Oh, F3 was hanging. See, this is what happens. I expected he knows what. Unacceptable. Unacceptable in my own terms. We're still gonna win though. Oh, that's a blunder by me. He's gonna win. He won again. He should have lost because queen takes f3. He's not seeing rook e1. I cannot believe this guy. Really? I don't know this move. This is still opposite call bishops. I hope he knows this. He doesn't know that, I don't think. Let's go here. Maybe I could hold. Maybe. I don't like my position out on it, but it could be holdable. He wants to trade. You know what? We trade. If this is what you want to do, rook f7 maybe. If that's what you want to do, you trade. Still opposite call bishops. And this is still within reach for a draw. Something like here and good night. Completely weird endgame play by him. Oh, did I miss c6? And he missed d6. I cannot believe this guy. We both did, but trying to get here. How did you miss e6? I don't understand though. Still was in reach. He's going after g6. Makes a lot of sense. Maybe this is his best move up to date. Do you move, sir? You play e6? I'm waiting for e6. Wow, this guy ending game is like completely nonsense. Go back, go back. Check again. Where's your improvements? It's funny that I could play on. Black could play on. I could have played here as well, created another pass pawn, but he stopped it. This game is fascinating. Still d5. How dangerous this move is. I'm gonna play it though. Wow. I could take b7 here. Huh. Oh, damn it. You found a way? What? No, he did not. Play here. He has, yeah, this check in here and then d5. Never mind, I'm still covering it. I was about to say, like, how the world would I lose this? So b7 is here. King c6 is still try. This guy is lousy. End the game lousy. Lousy end the game. I cannot believe I could win this. I don't think it's a win, but... Wait, hold on. Maybe I could take that back. Wow, look at this grab. Now it's a win. Unbelievable. All right, one more to 25, and then we could switch to rapid. I figured that we'd do something different. So bishop c4, and actually not allowing it. Bishop d3, bishop b5 maybe. We're doing well. Our opponent is not doing well. .94. He wants to play here. You want to play here? You play here. That's fine. Knight b6. It's all a dream. It's all a dream. Remember that. It's all a dream. It's all a dream. Hopefully he's seeing this. He might think I'm going for that. He's not seeing it. I'm telling you, this guy's end game is not there. It's not there. Maybe he's tired, I think. I mean, he's still 2300 though, but still. That's still he has rook b5, which is pretty insane though. Queen here, and then we could trade. Yeah, that's a smart move by him. Smart move. Now we have to do a little bit of defense, and then we could win. f5. f5. f4. f3. I mean, I don't know if I should lose this game. If I should not. What is this crap? Is a stick though. Rook here. That's oh, this is actually what he wants to do. All right, that's fine. Still f3. We go down. We go down. f2. We play here. Oh, maybe he has something actually. He does have something. I've missed this one. I missed this one too. You know something? Okay, we could give him the rook and see what happens. Hopefully he knows how to win. I mean, if he doesn't win this one, retirement is on the line. Okay, now that's a win. He's able to see it. No way I could solve. No way I could win that one. Not in a million years. I cannot really. There's no way. No way, Stellar. No way. You should quit. I should quit. Queen takes d4, folks. He's going back here. He's taking time in this position. I don't understand this guy. This guy is just too much. He's taking time in a position that he should, like, instantly move. right here. He's taking time. I don't know, like maybe miracles could happen. Miracles could happen. He's taking time again. There's no way I could win this one. And he went with the passive route here. Like, come on, man. This is not bingo. Miracles could happen. I cannot believe I'm playing this. Anyways. Yeah, and the rook here. Would you find this move? He's not. He didn't. He did not. Alright, we're gonna resign. Alright, that was fun. We didn't get to 25. But we're gonna play rapid now. So we could explain the moves. We didn't get to 25, but that's fine. Alright, e4. Now this is where we explain the moves. Rapid games. They are much more important than the BS that I was displaying a couple of minutes ago. G6 is a modern. Maybe try something different. G3. 92. Typically when you play the modern, against the modern, you probably have to play d4. You don't want to play this kind of stuff, but I'm playing something different. This may transpose to like even some kind of Sicilian, depending on how both players play. So I could play here. I don't know if I like d5. There's always like d4 and here knight f4. This d5 could be under a series of attacks. Queen f3, bishop e6. We'll give it a try. You can take here, you can take on d4. We take on d5. Bishop here, you could consider rook here or even take. We may have the bishop pair. I could actually take 6, e3, castles, queen e2, attack on e6. So that's a plan. The idea is take on d5. Maybe it's knight c6, c3, still d5. He went with castling. I'm not a fan. Takes. c4 might be a concern, being weakness. He could takes, and I take back on d5. c4 would be a problem, so if he wants to do this... So now I'm up a pawn, which is funny, because bishop d4 is queen takes c4. I don't know why he did that. So if he takes this way, assuming that he takes on d4, c4 is also hanging. So it's just a free pawn for no counterplay. And if he plays knight c6, white could even trade down on c3 because I'm up a pawn. This pawn at d4 is also like a pass pawn. It's not like any pawn. So he took on d4. Yeah, what else does he have? Maybe he has to go for that. Maybe bishop here. But we could gain a tempo by rook d1, attack the bishop. He has to move the bishop. Then we develop a piece. Life is good after that. So we could play c3 though, we could move the knight. c3 is probably a preference, so he doesn't step in here. So I think maybe this is a good move, c3, so he doesn't step with the knights. He could play here. I could have played... I actually had a different move, bishop here, but I was concerned about bishop b2. So that's the reason why I played c3, defending b2 indirectly. So he plays here, very reasonable move. I have to watch out for like knight e5, bishop g4 ideas. You always need to look for like opponent's counterplay when you're up a pawn specifically, or any kind of like advantage you have. You always look for your opponent counterplay. So if you play really passively, like knight e5, bishop e5, this might be knight f3. You may have to be or bishop h3 here, knight e5, knight f3, this kind of stuff. Maybe you want to play f4, so you're stopping all these annoying threats. It may cut up on the bishop activity a little bit, but it's okay. So I'm stopping knight e5. You could play here, which is reasonable. We could play here, maybe bishop e3 now. Should he play rook e8? The problem with white is developing the pieces. Should I develop the next, the next couple moves, and it becomes clear that white is better? Because I have a pawn. I also have 3 for 2. which is a good asset in the end game as well. But it's just I'm up a pawn at this point. 2 bishops is okay, but you know he also have 2 bishops. So I would be looking at 3 versus 2, and just the fact that I'm up a pawn, this has to be good for white. So he plays here, interesting enough. I have a couple of choices. Knight d2, maybe it's met by this one. I may have to worry about like the back ranks kind of stuff. I may have to move a knight on e3 if I want to do this. Maybe develop in a certain way. Knight e3, bishop e3. So the point is I need to get my rook on e1 into the game. And stopping all... If bishop e3, maybe there's some trick here. He might be one to take here and some kind of rook d1. And here, but I could see that bishop is covering f1. So there's no mate per se. You also don't want to play here, even though it makes sense, but you want to like develop the pieces as much as possible. You don't want to delay like developing. I mean, knight d2 is okay, maybe we'll play here. So the point of knight e3, maybe I could go to knight c2, bishop e3. Knight b5 is also playable, but a6. You may just lose a tempo. Maybe knight c2 and maybe the knight gets in, but I don't have to really think about it now. It's just like I have to play bishop e3 and then maybe something like rook d1. And now if you trade down from white's perspective, that's going to be good, right? Because technically you're up a pawn. If you're up a pawn, there's 2 choices. I mean, just like you're up an advantage, you trade down or you avoid opponent's counterplay. So we avoided the counterplay with f4, right? So now it's maybe our turn to strike, meaning maybe we could try to trade down. He has this maybe interesting idea in b4, and maybe this is a bit concerning. So maybe we could try this. Again, here we're avoiding counterplay. So once you see the counterplay and you avoid it, then it's good for us. You still play b5 though. So maybe knight c2. Maybe if he plays here, we could play e4. And we weaken up his pawns. This is all about like stopping his ideas for now. I'm not really striking yet. I'm just defending. And sometimes all you have to do is a little bit of defense once you're up. So you could do a little bit of defense, stop the counterplay, and also trade whenever you can if you have the chance to do so. So here, rook d7, he wants to play here, but this is okay. I just need to keep an eye on this one because I could easily move the rook and forget about this pawn being hanging. But now the bishop belongs to g2, so the bishop that one's on c4. Maybe g2 is like more direct in terms of activity. So he plays here. He's looking for this. The knight is not that great on c2. I mean, I know this from like long distance. But we could play here now. We could move the rook. We gain a move that you know, developing move, and we could still consider bishop g2 the next move. Again, maybe my mind now is like how we could trade. By the way, bishop g2, bishop takes c6 is maybe playable. You don't normally need to trade down that way, like your bishop on fianchetto bishop on g2, but sometimes you can, depending on the game. The game of chess really has... this is actually a good move, but... how I could have defended this? 95. Alright, we could play here, but that does weaken up b3 though. We're still gonna play 95 rook here, maybe. So it's okay for him to play. Okay, bishop here, that's okay as well. We could play knight b4. Now, this is actually a better square for the knight. If he trades, that's good for us. And now where the knight could go, well, he trade, which is good for us. So you don't want to take this way, bishop takes b2, so you want to take that way. So now we achieved the goal, we traded now. That's good for white, it's not good for black. Right, so we achieved the rook on e1. The rook on c1 was on e1, so it's still in a better situation on c1 than a1. We trade the knight that seems to be a problem on c2. You know, and it's still 2 bishops going on, but it's still the pawn for me. The pawn is still a pawn, right? So the bishop also on e3 is doing a great job stopping rook d2. That's another counterplay that it's huge for black. Let's say I play like bishop b6. Just to give an example, is rook d2, and you're looking at some major b2, maybe dropping, because if you play here, maybe bishop e2, rook c1, rook takes b2. So you lose a pawn with, and him having at direct play. So this is actually a tricky move by him. He wants me to play this. So now he could trade and rook d2. Once you see the concept, you could deal with it. We could trick him and play bishop c5 because I could see a trick. Should he goes for this, takes, and rook d2, there's rook e8, meaning that he has to block. And that's a way of trading, offering a trade. So this, I don't know if he's going to play rook d2. This is no way, rook e8. Rook e8 is... So now we achieve, like, we traded. I'm just going for a trade because I know trade is good. But we are looking for attack now. Rook e8 is actually a threat. The king is stuck, so he has to play bishop f8. He loses a piece. Maybe even a mate after that. So h5. Avoid, defending this so he could go here. So now he's back to rook d2. Again, the game is all about like stopping the counterplay. We could actually play bishop e3 again. It's okay. The bishop did the job that we traded rooks gladly, right? We avoiding rook d2. Now, if he plays rook d1, we just take. This game is also winnable, like even with, one minor piece, as long as it's not like bishop versus like opposite call bishops. This is maybe something that I need to avoid. If we traded everything, it becomes like an opposite call bishops. White is likely, black is likely to draw black. So he plays f5. I'm not a fan of this move. These pawns are all light squares. I still have a light square bishop, so this means if I could put a bishop on e8, that could be a problem. In general, the bishop could attack all these pawns, and I still have the light square bishop. The real question is what to do. So maybe we could bring the king involved now. We could play bishop here. Bishop g2, bishop e2. That's a good question. Bishop g2, it's bishop c4. Let's try this. We could try this now. Keep an eye on b7. The real question is what to do with this bishop now. He wants to trade, but this move is bad. I have rook d1. So he wants to trade, which is funny. He wants to get the king on c4. So maybe we have... if we trade everything, king e2, king c4, king d2, king b3, king c1... Maybe with this rook c1. I don't want his king to go to c4 that easily, so we play here first. Trading is good, but if the trading leading for him to have a counterplay, then it may not be good, because the king could get really active on b3. So we could trade, but in my own terms, not in his own terms. So let's say he trade here. Okay, so he doesn't have this as easily as he likes, because rook d1, and he cannot play king c4. We take the rook, and if let's say another line is if you play rook d1 and he goes back, then the king gets to c2 first, so he doesn't have king c4. So let's say if he goes here, rook check, he has to go back. We could take here and king goes to e2. My king will be active, right? So he plays b5. This move is hugely bad. It's terrible, as a matter of fact, because now I could attack a6. We always need to be careful. I always tell people over and over again, the next 20 years, I'm going to keep saying the same thing. Pawn move in chess is huge. You want to be careful which pawn you're moving. I see rook d3 is a move, but we play here first, again, stopping the counterplay, and then we are aiming for rook e1. Now, we could also trade. We could trade. I think this is maybe winning, because this is like a pawn now. b3, c4, I suppose this is winning. My knowledge tells me this. You want to be careful not doing it this way, because you could actually drop b2. So here and c4. Maybe this is a draw somehow. We'll see. Maybe bishop e7. So bishop e7, so I don't play c4. Again, he wants to take. So maybe here and c4. I'm counting on c4, the winning. He doesn't necessarily have to take. Like, if it's white to move, you can play c4. You don't take, because take means white is really like close to winning. So here he has to stop. He could freeze the position, like try to go back and forth, but maybe I can still improve my position, like bishop c3. Any trade now is good for me, right? Any trade like that, it's good for white. Now we could We could try to go to the other side of the board. Maybe this is a draw, though. We'll see. So any takes here is favoring white. You undouble the pawn. So maybe we could play the other side of the board. I mean, I'm not even sure if this is actually playable, winnable. I don't think you can take, though. That doesn't make any kind of sense. So we play here, king e3, bishop d2. Now the real question is, maybe I had to go to king h5. Let me try to trick him again. He's gonna repeat. We play here. We play... Yeah, the king is not coming here. Alright, so the king is not coming here. Maybe we just... play here. We play bishop e5. This is all about maneuvering. Problem is my pawn is doubled. I mean, if it wasn't doubled, then it's an easy win. Alright, we could try this. This is my way of trying to win. Yeah, the king gets active, I know that for sure. But... he has e5. Did I blunder this? e4. We both blunder. I cannot believe this. Yeah, maybe he was winning, actually. He has to move his king. And it's actually e8, the same color. So he has to move his king. I take on f5. It's fascinating. I mean, I was trying to win. I mean, the game is drawn, but I was trying hard to win. So king e4, you take on f5. You can still play e5. This is still like maybe potential, like I could still win king e4. The king goes back, so we could stop b5 from like promoting. He's thinking about it, which is a good choice to do. You just have to see if you have a way out. He played the wrong move though. But it's still, this may be still winning. This is winning because I have here. Check. This is winning, of course. And then you could do this. You cannot promote this queen e4. Check. So I don't know why he's playing this one, because the pawn would just promote. All right, one more. One last one, and then we'll see about getting back later today. We'll see. Maybe one more. Oh, 6 years. Okay, that's good. e4. So it's fun. It's sometimes I like to change things, but you know, for entertaining purposes, like you know, we sometimes play blitz games, even though YouTube is all about like right now. My YouTube is all about like rapid games. It's okay to play a couple of blitz games, and then the whole idea is like explaining the move as they go along. All right, this guy doesn't want to play. Somebody else. Okay, the same guy. The same guy. All right, we could play b6. This is Owen defense. It's not that great of an opening, of course, but 92 is not the direct approach against it, but it's okay because we stopping e4. Now, this may transpose to like some kind of, I don't know, Queen's Indian or something. I don't like the structure for white. You know, white typically has to play centralizing, like e4. You play e4 here. You don't go for like this kind of structure, because now that's just the fun. Black is maybe equalized early on. The Owen defense is not that great of an opening to begin with, and so when you don't take charge on you know, on the center right away, then it becomes a problem. So I actually did screw up a little bit here because I was talking, but it's okay. Knight b4 is a move, though. He has to be careful, right? e3. The reason knight b4 is an issue, if let's say he plays h3 or something. Knight b4, if he goes bishop b1, it's bishop a6. We win on f1. He has to move the queen. Which he doesn't have to move the bishop, but I could win the bishop pair early on. So this is the reason why he played e3. So he could play e5. He's allowed to play d5. We could go back. It's okay to go back like this, assuming that your knight gets back on time on d7. So it feels like it's a loss of tempo, but it's just like for one move. This move is good, so stopping knight c5. So knight c5 is not playable here. Not now, and not like 20 years. But anyways, here, knight here would be knight takes, queen takes h5. So maybe g6, so we could prepare knight h5, knight f4. We could try this for the laugh. He's not gonna play here because if a5, b5, knight c5, but we could give it a try. I mean, maybe the a5 is a bit concerning because knight c4 and b6 could be weakening. But it's okay, we'll play a5. It should have went for like knight h5. But anyways, a5 here. He plays here. This move is also very questionable. He could take here all year long. Or year long. It's his move. We may just pre-move it. I don't think he's gonna take, but just in case. Just in case. Yeah, I was just basically saying the problem is it's a5, b6 will be weakening. I mean, that's my fault. If I take here, his bishop takes. It did not really solve the problem. All right, we could play, I mean, this dropping this pawn, I mean, this is actually, yeah, that's a bad sign. Maybe knight f4 first, see what happens. We attack the queen. You could play here. You keep pressuring the b6. f5, yeah, he takes and knight takes b6. That's laughable. I may have to play bishop c8. I mean, that's how bad things are. Bishop c6. All right. So the point is bishop takes here. We're still guarding this insane b6 pawn. I mean, I knew it ahead of time, like once you play e5. I mean, the problem is here, you just play your plan. You play here. He's going to play g3, but maybe we could play on the other side. We could play bishop c8, f5, perhaps. You generate some play. All right, we're going to play here. That's okay. I'm still pre-moving this. Maybe we could get adventurous and play f5. This is where things are activity, but f5 feels like e6 is incredibly weak. Incredibly weak. We're still above 2400 though. I've been sitting above 2400 for a while now. I mean, I don't know if I'm happy about it because the more I mean, if I'm playing somebody like my opponent, that's fine. The more you have the higher rating you have in Rapid, as I keep saying, the more potential you play cheaters, where you may not find opponents. Like if I do -100, if you're 2500, you have to play 2400s. There are not many of them here. And it depends on the day and the time and everything. But so keeping it within like 2400 that doesn't mean that I'm intentionally losing anything. I'm trying to play, but that's one of the drawbacks in online, like playing rapid games, looking for game, and you're a high-rated player, right? The statistics goes like the higher you get, the potential cheating. It's like, you know, that's how they say it, but everybody's cheating at some point. Not everybody that would probably take this one back. There are people who cheating like beginners from beginner perspective. You just want to have a high rating, but not everybody's cheating though. That's most people are fair, but it's just like a small crew that act up. So we could take here, and assuming we could trade on here, still b6 is it's not doing well. We could play f5 as I'm just removing it. So this may be okay because I don't like queen d3 though. I don't know what he was trying to do. So for example, here pawn takes, you may be threatening e4. You know, winning a piece. So maybe we are trying to get some activity. Like I would like to take on e4 and at f6. That opens up for potential attacks. I have to be careful though not to take right away. Knight here, knight f6, knight g5, e6 is weak still. So maybe we could do it this way. If he takes, bishop takes, or even pawn takes. So now it's funny that b6 is still weakness, but he's not going after it. He's being distracted by the other side of the board. So we could take, knight takes maybe. So we achieved some improvement. We distracted him from b6. So takes, I think it's pawn takes, yeah. So we are keeping up some attacks here. Bishop g5, maybe double the rook here. Rook f7, queen f8, looking at f1. There's maybe some back rank issues for white. It's all about the speed. So for example, here is rook f1. takes. Knight here. I don't know if I'm liking this move. Bishop here. So we're keeping... so this is funny though. Queen f6. We are threatening here. This is borderline mating coming in. Potential mating. Queen f2 is like... oh, there's rook f1. There's rook f1. Not sure if I want to trade though. Maybe we'll go here. Keep seeing some pieces on makes a little bit sense for black's perspective. Because this may allow like him defending. So the back rank would be okay, but we still keeping some pressure on. So you can see the bishop is active here, the bishop is active here. The knight on h5 not doing the great job that I'm hoping for. Maybe it's knight f6, knight g4. The knight is not going anywhere. The pawns are stopping. So maybe it's like here, keeping an eye on f2. This is gonna be the last game for today, though. We'll see if I could come back later today. Maybe on a YouTube video. We'll see. Not streaming, but video. We'll see. It's been busy today. And by the way, 93, that would be a huge issue. Queen f3. Queen f3 is still a move, though. We could still play here. There's no queen c8. I don't know if there's still back rank issues, but if it's here, for example, maybe here. Maybe it's even here and here, bishop check, and then you go here and queen d1. You can still defend bishop back. But it's getting closer and closer that black may have something going here. I mean, knight f6, knight g4 looks like really good. Because you're keeping up, like you're attacking e4. And so let's say if it's black to move, let's pretend it's actually black to move right now. And you play knight f6, you're putting here pressure, bishop d3, knight g4. You're looking at bishop takes, and if queen takes d3. That's one move. So that's one issue. You cannot defend both pieces at the same time. So that's what I mean by knight f6 is really problematic. And he may considering like here, maybe it's queen e2 actually. But this move is defending e4 and g2. If you play queen f2, it's just queen takes e4. Yeah, queen e2. The real question is, do I have bishop here? Because if queen takes, I mean, bishop here, queen takes, that's a piece. So queen takes here. Bishop check. So if we take this way, queen takes bishop check, he just goes here, queen d1, and some kind of queen f1. We maybe just queen b3 though. We keep an eye on attack here. I'm still looking for knight f6. You always need to continue generating some. What is bishop e8 though? That move is horrendous. Knight f6 with a tempo. We are attacking here. I mean, if he's looking at this, there's no time. There's queen d1. You cannot. This b2 is also hanging. This moves, or this move does not really save white. This is also what we call like a tempo, strong tempo move, because the knight goes back with the original plan going to g4 or attack e4, but it's also attacking the bishop on e8. So he goes bishop c6, which is a huge mistake by him. There's also like bishop g4. There's a lot of moves here because bishop here, bishop f3 is also good. Knight g4, the original plan is also good. I think it's bishop g4. Changing ideas, but because now if he goes for queen f2, there's knight takes e4, and this is all over the place. He wants to take here, and you have no time. There's nothing here. So takes on e4. This is a bluff because of queen d1. And that's going to be like everything is dropping. Potentially mate. Yeah, that's the difficult positions. I'm usually good at these kind of positions in general, but you can't really hold this 91, and I don't know if he's going to continue playing. Yeah, so that's a good game. The only drawback was was white. I mean, if we give this to the computer, this is all over the place in terms of like activity for black. It tells me to take, which I actually found it pretty funny. Takes. So this is good for black. Knight f6. And if bishop d3, you play knight g4. It's a huge activity. King g1 and then bishop d2. You talk about huge activities. Even here, I'm just going over like what the computer is suggesting. Computer here is like -5. And it's all because white pieces are all optimized. Black pieces are all optimized. I mean, this is really demonstration where black pieces are really strong and he's just attacking knight takes e4, knight d1. Knight d1 so he could win the bishop. And here, and it's funky position. So white has nothing here. We just have to go back all the way like around here. So maybe here. Yeah, so bishop here was a good move. I felt like he had better moves. Here he was better. I suppose he had... It's funny that queen d3 was a move. Once I takes... He takes... okay, so the computer likes this. And if I go for this, it's actually rook e7. You kind of ignore e4 because of queen e2. Oh, queen e6. Look at this. This is one good example. Like you take on f3 getting mated. Queen e6. I mean, close to getting mated. I don't think it's made though, but he's just go for this. The idea though, the reason I'm saying mate because this diagonal is huge. It's not made, but he's just lose like all your pieces pretty much. So the funny part about pawn takes, it's king safety. So I knew that my king is in trouble. So the reason white is good because black king is in trouble, like exposed and my king. So maybe this is the reason why it liked like I think rook takes. It doesn't matter here because it doesn't like f5 in the first place. Yeah, it doesn't like f5. So here, around here, it wants f5, which is a different position. Still liking white. So something like around here, and pawn takes, knight takes e4. This is a slightly different position, of course. Once you take, this is like not the same as the position that we are playing. You still have some pressure though. Bishop c6 and takes, and I guess this b5. He sacked that pawn and some kind of e4. This is a draw for some insane reasons. Oh, this is a draw. White is active. Knight takes g2. You're going for some kind of perpetual check. So, you know, was a fun game. Again, it's Owen defends us before we end here. It's not a good opening, but I just played any kind of opening in my mind at the time. It doesn't have to be like really good strong opening. You're not playing the cat on line here or King Nim's Wind, you know, anything. So when you play people play b6, you just have to play e4 and here and do bishop d3 and e6, knight f3 or something, and if people play c5 is c3. This is actually the good structure to play. I mean, my opponent did this similar when I was playing, but I misplayed one move or two that let him get this structure. But once you play here, usually, for example, like, you know, c5 was okay. I mean, I think it's a move order kind of stuff. So let's say you play here and bishop d3, it's d5. Yeah, so this feels like, you know, like white is not... it feels like it's a cool system, right? From white's perspective, from the Owen defense. So white people would play like an old, you know, like cool system with, you know, with black playing b6. It doesn't make sense. So because here it feels like it's passive, white is passive. The bishop on c1 is being blocked, and, you know, that's not a good way to play. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoy this. We'll be back maybe tomorrow or later today. It's difficult later today. We'll see. Nothing is set for stone here. We could always, I mean, I could always change plans, but it seems like a really busy day. Some improvements coming in the way, you know, maybe playing tournaments or something, playing outside, playing multiple people. Bringing people in. It doesn't, you know, anything is possible. I could be unpredictable, which it's good. It's good stuff. Unpredictable is good. Mysterious in a good way, but so hopefully that's gonna be fun. Collabing might be coming in as well. Collabing with different people, that would be nice. And more to come, folks. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. We'll be back tomorrow, perhaps. Good chance, if it's not later today. Thank you for tuning in, and see you later.